I am Matt from Nightmare and Dead Crows for now. Voila. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite bands. I like to be old school because I grew up old school, even though I'm young. So we will talk about this one.
Awesome.
So, voila. I choose Thin Lizzy for many reasons. First, because of course I could have choose like Maiden, Judas Priest, the big names, but I'm pretty sure people will do it. So I like to be different. Thin Lizzy for me has been really important in my inspiration in every way. Guitar playings, because they are, the guys that really invented the twin guitars that Maidens used to overuse afterwards, and many people used to do. But most of it's the writing hands of Philip Lynott that I really like, because he is a poet. I really find this guy it touches me so much. When there is an artist that touches you, it touches you. You can't explain it why, but for me, yes, it does. So, yeah, unfortunately, he died. All right. A long time ago already.
I'm gonna even say before you were born.
Yeah, voila. If I'm not, it's 86, January 86, if I'm not, voila. But yeah, but I grew up with this because my father was a big fan too. So it just gave me the, give me the poison, if I can say this like this.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that have been away. Haven't changed, haven't much to say.
I was really hoping somebody would want to talk about Thin Lizzy early on, because I agree with you. Like, Thin Lizzy is, when it comes, I mean, I know that this was a successful band and this is a legendary band, but still grossly underrated today.
And this I don't understand.
Yeah.
I still don't understand this, because, like you said, it was underrated, but for many bands and for many other genres, other subgenre of metal, of hard rock, of everything, it's really the cornerstone of something, from the wall. So, yeah, I guess with all the changing lineups, over the years, with Gary Moore in or out, with the booze, the drugs and everything, it never make a good deal.
Well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we fell about the place. That chick don't wanna know.
Thin Lizzy was Philip Lynott, so if the main character dies, because they tried afterwards to make a reunion and show.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen Thin Lizzy in like 2010 or something like that. They've changed the name now, right, to Black Star Riders, right?
And Scott Gorham is not in Black Star Riders either. Nowadays, he's not part of it anymore. But yeah, I had the chance to have my friend Marco Mendoza, the bass player from Whitesnake and Journey and Thin Lizzy for the reunion. So we talked a lot about this too. So it bring me some new, perception of the band, which I didn't. It was very cool. So let's start.
Yes, so, I have my favorite Thin Lizzy songs. I'll tell you at the end to see if you chose similar songs. So what's the first song that you want to talk about?
I will talk about the record first. I choose the record and then one or two songs in the records. So for me, that's the Bad Reputation.
You got a bad reputation. That's the word out on the
What I like with this is the cover, because back in the 80s they used to do this a lot. If you take the Rainbow or something, they were all pictures of them, and I really like this. And Bad Reputation sounds, badass. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And the pictures and everything. So, Bad Reputation, what I really like on this, first I really like the lineup. I really like the lineup because, there is everybody that I love in it. And, there is Brian Robertson that is also a very underrated guitar player. But for me, except from Motorhead, he is still, but he is somewhere.
Yeah.
But he's so important in this. So anyway, so I would pick up, of course, the song Bad Reputation, because the section rhythm and with the bass and Brian Donne that is doing all these feels, wow. So this one is from 77. And yeah, 3-4 years before the Maiden and everything, it was very badass. The sound of it is so cool. Yeah, so of course, Bad Reputation. But there is really one song that I like, and it's Opium Trail.
I took a line that leads you to the Opium Trail.
Opium Trail, it talks about the drug dealing in South Arabia, or I don't know, I don't remember exactly, but I really like the vibe of it, because you can hear that Philip Lynott is very concerned by this, and I'm pretty sure in each lyrics there is a part, because I write lyrics too, and each lyrics that you write, there is a part of you.
From dreams, the splashing whirlpool drowns the fright.
I love this record. I could listen, in repeat.
On repeat.
But Dancing in the Moonlight, that's what I love with Philip Lynott, is that you can go from Bad Reputation with Badass to Dancing in the Moonlight, and you just want to, chill up and be happy. So that's, then it was hard for me to choose these 3 records, because I really like them all, even the very first one, because there is something. It will be the Chinatown.
Live in the dying in Chinatown. Yes, they're living the dying.
Again, I really love the cover. That's what I miss nowadays, that you go, the first record store doesn't really exist anymore, and the covers are made by artists and graphics and blah, blah, blah with the computer. I'm so old school, I like the people that draw, I'm sorry. So, but anyway, and in this one, really, it's, I really like Killer on the Loose.
Some people they call me insane. I'm looking for somebody, and I don't even know.
I really like the riffs, and and of course the Chinatown, because it has this big riff that starts and it rolls. It's blues actually. It's a feeling of blues, but it sounds so cool. And of course, the Thunder and Lightning album. And what I don't understand is that the pure fans of Thin Lizzy doesn't like this album.
Right.
They don't like it at all, because the sound is too heavy.
Yeah, it was a proper heavy metal album all of a sudden.
Voila. It's and so the pure fans really prefer the Bad Reputation, the Black Rose album, and everything. I can understand, but for me, this one was really important for me, because I grew up listening to heavy metal, of course.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, I really love everything, but I will pick one, and it's not the one everybody wants to hear. It's The Sun Goes Down.
All is said and done, sun goes down.
When you listen to this, you close your eyes and you're just in your bubble, and you can feel all the sadness and all the poetry that Lynott can put in one song at a time, just by doing, it's, let's say, easy, but it's poetry, so you don't need artifacts to make it work. You have this beat that goes on and on and on, tick, 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 and you have the guitars go point, nothing more, and so it. It's like lullaby. It goes like this, and you can feel in this song that Lynott was not in a bad mood. I would not say this, but in a certain mood of creating. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure at one point of his career, Lizzy was not as big as it was like 5 or 6 years before this record.
Right.
And obviously, when you start feeling this, you wrote deeper songs.
And he knows it all so well.
And for me, The Sun Goes Down is really outstanding. Of course, I love everything Cold Sweat. Of course, why I love this record also is because I'm a guitar player. And who is there? John Sykes. So, yeah, John Sykes for me is one of my influences, biggest influence. And he's really close to Philip Lynott everywhere. And even nowadays, when I have not connection with him, but friends that knows him, like Marco Mendoza and everybody around, is still very close to all that he did with Philip, and he has a lot of respect. So that's why I don't really understand why people are just spitting on this one, because I'm pretty sure Sykes is one of the closest friend of Philip. Was. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So voila. Yeah, I'm really a big Thin Lizzy fan. You can't see it, but I have the black rose here tattooed on my arm. So voila.
Tell me the story of your cool color. How his eyes were dark and his expression sullen.
All right. Well, you have the black rose on your arm tattooed. I have on one of my battle vests. I have the black rose, and I would say that if I had to pick my 3 songs, I would. I maybe not. I wouldn't pick the Black Rose album as one of my top albums, but that song by itself, just like, because it takes you on this whole journey through Irish culture, which is so cool. So I would definitely pick that one. I'm gonna be, a basic bitch here, and my number 2 and 3 song are both from Jailbreak. It would be Emerald and Cowboy Song. So those would be like, for me, Emerald is like the first heavy metal epic, like that. Those twin guitar solos that fill most of the song, for me, is just fantastic, fantastic. And there's a really great rendition of that before he passed away. Gary Moore had this big Phil Lynott tribute concert where it brought a bunch of Thin Lizzy players, and the version they do of Emerald on that show is just absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, fantastic band. Did you ever go do the pilgrimage to Ireland to do the Phil Lynott statue?
No, so this I never did. I wish I could do it one day, but I had the chance to meet Scott Gorham once. Because with Nightmare we were playing at Wacken 2014, and Black Star Riders was playing in the afternoon, and we were in the big tent, and we were playing in the evening. And yeah, as a big fan, I was like, well, Matt, you have to do it. I don't like to disturb people, and even more people, because I grew up watching these videos on VHS and cassettes and everything, and I'm saying to myself, Matt, you're just another guy, yeah. So I went there, and I started talking with him about everything, and yeah, he is very, very nice guy. And what I appreciate is that what he did with Black Star Riders, I guess, was, without any judgment, was more clever, rather than keep going with the Thin Lizzy name. Yeah. And because for me, you can bring every players from the Thin Lizzy. If you don't have Philip Lynott, it will never be Thin Lizzy.
Let's switch gears for a second. You've been, working hard with Dead Crows. We saw some shows happening. There's music out. You're obviously also, a key driver of the band Nightmare. So everybody watching this, what can you share? What are you working on right now?
So it's pretty, things are going back to normal a little bit. So let's start with Dead Crows. This is my own project. It will be very fast. Dead Crows, it's always been my own project, where I put my lyrics, my my feelings, everything. It's more rock and roll. It's totally rock and roll. So when I write something, I just want it to groove and to make it sound. That's all. I'm not saying, this riff sounds too much like Arch Enemy, so I can't do this, blah blah blah. Me. If a riff rocks, then it will be this riff. Right. And what I like with Dead Crows is that we are a trio, like Motorhead. So, you know, we just play. The guitar player for Billy Idol, Steven Stevens, that wrote something like, yeah, so now everybody is looking for another guitar hero, blah, blah, blah. If I have an advice to you, for young guitar players, put your phone off. Just go in the bars, play your ass off until something happens, because this is the way you learn. And it was so cool to read this finally, because all the people are on their phone all day trying to make videos of them playing so fast, so they forget what the essence of rock and roll is nowadays. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So with Dead Crows, we're just going from the start again. We just did a new EP right now called The Devil's Zine.
That's the way it goes, baby, when you make a deal with the devil.
And Nightmare. The album is nearly complete. I had the chance to write all the songs for once, so I'm the only one. With Eve was writing the lyrics and the melody lines on the singing. So yeah, I'm very happy about it. It will sound very good, and the new singer is good, and she has some other skills. So we are experimenting new things. And what is very nice, also we had the chance after 2-3 years postponing to go on tour with Rhapsody of Fire in March.
That's exciting.
So, well, it's getting back to normal after all these years. All these years, it felt like 100 years, to be honest.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.